Welcome to the Dixie Doggers podcast. We're here to share knowledge and heritage. We hope y'all enjoy. Southern Cross. It's the best cut gear in the business. We run it on our dogs. Hit up Dave Williams at Southern Cross Cut Gear. Go to www.hogdoggear.com. If you're looking for Brahma and Brahma Cross cattle, Marc Rankin with the Rankin Ranch 38 Cattle Company, he specializes in them. He is the man for the job. He's based out of Oglethorpe County, Georgia, and you can contact him at 407-832-2077.
If you're buying or selling land, farms, or hunting property, these folks know land. Phil Wilson with UC Hunting Properties, 678-791-3483.
Team info. Ready? Good. All right, everybody. Dixie Dogger Podcast coming to you. We back. We're rolling. Keeping it pushing. Keep turning them out.
Yes, indeed.
Ain't no stopping this train to the moon. That's what old Ryan Rankin tells me all the time. He said, we're going to the moon.
That's right.
And I don't know where, how we're going to go, Jake, but by God, we're going to go, brother. We're going. So what's happening in Jake? What's happening in Jake's world?
Man, just hard work, baby. That's all I know.
I know that.
This phone, such a successful event, the world's largest field trial, is such a blessing. But man, you can't sleep. Like the phone don't stop.
Oh no, I imagine.
I done made it public, and then I have got a lot going on with the day job and everything, and there's not one moment that's not tense.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I always thought being this popular would pay more.
Yeah, amen. But yeah, and that was something because normally we do a little recap over everything. You just kind of shoot the shit about it and all that. But actually tonight, man, I got a few questions to kind of put it in perspective for a lot of listeners on and I mean we can get to that later on in the show tonight, but I've got some on just basically what all it takes to do this and, how much it does and all that shit. But I know we had a good attendance. Do you have any kind of numbers on hand? What happened at Uncle Earl's this year?
It was around like 20,000 people total.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole week. Obviously, they don't all stay all week. But there were 700 and something dogs entered, the most of both
yes.
in both instances. It was a hell of a time. The weather was perfect.
Yes, it was.
Couldn't ask for nothing to go no better. I didn't want it to end because I know what comes after.
Yeah.
The work is the same and the fun leaves.
Yeah. Well, I can attest for the amount of people throughout the week. To me, it seemed like there was a larger crowd every day consistently than there has been. The past few years, you'll have 1 or 2 days that's really, really, really a lot of people. And then you'll have 1 or 2 days, not quite as many. This time, man, when we got there Monday, I was like, damn, like there's people piled in there. And it stayed like that the whole week.
Yeah. We need more. We need about 200 acres to get it done, I believe. 50 or 60 acres ain't quite enough.
No, because it was packed.
But it was a hell of a good time. Met a lot of cool people. And what's crazy is like 30 years of this, and the first time someone does it, their reaction of the first time is always the same.
Yeah.
Like people think their experience is special. Like, no, baby. Like everybody, when they see it, they're all blown away and they're turned on by it.
That's right.
They never miss it again. Like if you don't have any spare time in your life, don't come to Uncle Earl's because it will change your outlook on life.
Yep. I've been going to some of the bays and stuff over the years before I came to Earl's, and I've been trying to get Rodney to go with us, man. And finally, Rodney, he broke down and went to Uncle Earl's, and which we all did. And I promise you, you'll have to shoot that man for him to miss Uncle Earl. Now, he might not go to some of the other ones because, Rodney likes to have a good time. He likes dogs and stuff, but he's not he's not super big into bait pen stuff. But as far as Uncle Earl's goes,
let me tell you what
Rodney
Belly is, and that's well dressed.
Yes.
I can't tell if he's ready to warm up for the basketball game or tackle a hog or just have a good time.
But he's ready.
But he's dressed he's dressed for comfort, ready to roll
all the time, baby.
No matter the equation or the occasion.
Yeah. That's
a Freudian slip there. No matter if it's an equation or an occasion.
It's the same difference. It's the same thing. So, but talking about the people showing up, I know you've been doing this for a long time and you've met a lot of people from all these other places. But I thought it was cool. We had the Blackmouth Cur Australia guys, first guys to ever import blackmouth curs to Australia. They came and stayed and hung out with us. And it was Baden and Troy, and they had the absolute worst liquor that you've ever drank in your life. If you drink that, it's you a bad son of a gun.
It was a joke. I know it was. They went back to Australia and told everybody how they gave us cat piss or something.
Yeah, they did. It
was horrible.
That shit was rough. But those were some good dudes.
We're gonna bring. Yeah, they were great guys. And then, but they told their friends like, "Hey, we're gonna bring this nasty shit, and we're gonna give it to all these Americans and celebrate." If you notice, I never seen them take a pull, and we're all passing it around.
Yeah, I took one drink. I was like, I seen Troy drink. He mixed a couple of drinks up, and he was like, "Here, drink this." He said, "This is good." I took a drink. I said, "No, this is not good."
What did he mix it with? Antifreeze is the only thing that would have made it better.
Yeah, I think it was ginger ale, and then they said you put orange juice or something else with it, and they called it mother's milk. I was like, guys, I don't want none of that milk.
Yeah, I don't want that. As a nasty ass mother.
But
it was a good time. It was a conversation piece.
Dude, it was awesome.
You know what's crazy? It almost seems like two different events. Like from when them boys left to when then the show ended.
Yes.
When the show ended, you felt like, man, they left a month ago. We had done set records for having fun, and it's Wednesday.
Yep. There ain't no doubt. I turned around and I was like, I said, well, today's probably Wednesday or Thursday. I kept looking. I was like, no, it's Saturday. Because it's just like, it's wild.
Yeah, it wasn't the weekend until Uncle Pat got there.
Oh, ain't no doubt. Boy, I'm so glad he showed up.
Speaking of well-dressed, you know what I like about Uncle Pat? I feel like he was just walking around flexing all the time.
Yeah. What's up with that?
Did you notice that?
Yeah, showing them guns.
He was just walking around flexing.
Had them delts swolled out.
So we told Carter that him and Uncle Pat were the muscular, like the bodybuilder, like the physique hog hunters, and they had like a reputation to keep up. And my buddy Parker, that you kept thinking was me occasionally, he ended up calling him Big Nate. He bet Carter $20 that he wouldn't walk in the arena with his shirt off, and then Carter, he kind of pussed out of it and he didn't do it. So Parker collected his $20, but I was hoping Carter was going to do it.
I bet Pat would have done it.
Yeah. Pat
we need more women at the show, and then somebody that actually takes care of themselves needs to take their shirt off.
Yeah.
That's the only way we're going to get more girls.
That's exactly
right. Trust me, you get more girls, you sell more tickets.
Oh, yeah. You know that.
Nothing's more marketable than a bunch of crazy women.
Yeah. That's my life story.
I guarantee you.
But I knew that we had a couple of other folks that came a long ways, like from California. We had Cameron Martinez. He came out with sportsman class, and so did our buddy Black Dog Bull Terriers. They're both from California. They came out and competed. I couldn't tell you how many people I ran into that were from, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina, South. all over the damn place, man. It's just crazy.
Yeah, it was like 34 states represented.
Yeah. I know Mr. Charles Parker from the Kimmer Stock Breeders Association. He's on the board there. Mm-hmm. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure he is. Yeah, and he showed up, come down there and support it. Mr. Tom Cochran from Tennessee, he came down there and shook my hand and came down and supported. Cole Reagan, Michael Smith, his nephews, uncles, Josh Goldsmith came in, Brett James and them, Cody Woods, Will. I mean, there's shit. I can't name that many people.
Like you just sparked my interest. Like those guys from these breed organizations or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why do they not reach out to me?
Because they're just learning. I mean, and all joking aside,
they're kind of intimidated, I think.
Well, no, it's like they've never participated. It's been one set way for so many years, and they're like blah 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 blah. Well, I'm here to tell you, the Kimmer Stockbreeder Association, they donated to our hunt this year. They donated to the Tulsa Standard hunt, which to set it all back, to put it into perspective, we started going to the KSBA hunts, and we started supporting them heavily.
Yeah, the righteous can be as bold as a lion. I'm not talking about a donation. I'm talking about shaking my hand.
Yeah, well,
if you're breeding a working dog, how do I not know these people? How are they coming, and how do I not know them? That like if I'm promoting some type of dog event
mm-hmm.
or registry or whatever, I want to meet the most influential people. All right.
He came and shook my hand.
No, I'm talking about me. Like, how do I not meet these guys?
That's what I'm saying. It's by proxy. You know them through me now. Ta-da.
Yeah. Well, tell him come shake mine, because I like meeting new people, especially if they like they got working dogs.
Yeah, they really do.
I'm not saying that to be ugly.
No, I know.
I'm saying that to motivate them. Come say hi, dude. Let's go. We're on the same team.
And that's the biggest issue that I think a lot of them have is it's been divided for so long. We're like in most smaller hunts and stuff, like if you got a coon hunt, how many hog hunters are you going to see at a coon hunt? None.
Yeah.
Well, we started.
How many coon hunters you going to see at a hog bed? Hundreds.
Yes, that's what you can say. But the coon hunters will start coming out. But as far as like the reciprocation part, we started doing that. And I was like, man, we got to start going and putting it out there like that. And then it's just kept going and growing. And now some of these breed associations and stuff, like I said, they're like, hey, we want to get involved. And
well, if they listen to this podcast, I have an open invitation to reach out to me, because I'd love to meet them.
Yes, sir.
I want them to have a good time. I want them to take something away from the event. I want them to add to the event.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like we're on the same team. There's no reason we shouldn't know each other.
Yeah.
Because next year, if we still don't know each other, I'm going to assume something's wrong with them.
Yeah. But they, like I said, it was good to see all of them, coming and supporting it. Because I mean, that just leads to better things.
Absolutely.
The unity part, maybe it'll just keep growing. Of course, I don't think it'll ever be 100% what everybody wants, of course, but as long as we're improving and growing together, we're winning.
You know what I want it to be?
What's that, buddy?
Daytona on race week.
Yeah.
We're working on improving the facilities to accommodate more people.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason that people are running on generators in an event of that magnitude. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
We're working on trying to get more accommodating facilities for us, camper hookups, covers, weatherproof stuff, and I believe it's in the near future.
Yeah. Man, if you could if we had a shower house, that'd be awesome. That's a tough one though.
Yeah, because like I do agree that would be very convenient, but we did one year.
Oh yeah.
And people do not, like, they treat that shower house worse than they treat the bathroom.
Yeah, that's what I say. I figured it'd be a tough one. I figured that'd be tough.
But if we had more camper hookups and things like that, where you actually have a water hookup not running off your tank, you actually have a 50 amp plug, reliable utilities, I think that's going to make things a lot better.
Oh, without a doubt.
Did you see how many campers were there?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Like we were pulled over to the. We actually.
How many campers? You don't even have to be close to accurate. How many campers do you think were there?
Shit, 100 plus.
Yeah, at least 100.
You know how many plugged into a 50 amp service?
20?
12.
Oh my gosh.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to work on that.
Yeah, we need about 200 of them.
Yeah, that's what I said. I know there's 100 at least.
That's what I'm saying. Daytona on race week.
Yeah.
This should be Talladega.
Yeah.
The facilities are the only thing keeping us from reaching that.
Yeah. I mean, like I said,
but there was, having said that, there was about over 300 campers there.
It was okay. That's what I know.
And 12 of them plugged into a 50 amp service.
Dang. Yeah.
Not to say some of them didn't run off 110, but we had 12 50 amp plugs.
Right. Yeah, that's
and no sewer hookups. We had the pump trucks were going around pumping everybody.
Yeah.
But imagine what that place could be if it was accommodating to that event.
Mm-hmm.
It damn sure be.
Yeah, like Daytona would have. That's what I'd liken it to. You know, like if we could accommodate everybody, make it more inviting, the sky's the limit.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that because, like I said, we've got a fairly new camper sitting right here, and we had we talked about bringing it, but I mean, I'm lucky enough that I've got a place I can stay that's like 20 minutes from there. But at the same time, if I knew I could have a plug-in and be able to hook up and everything, I would definitely bring the camper. Then I wouldn't even have to go 20 minutes. You know, it'd be very accommodating.
Yeah, that's for sure. And then in that type of environment, it's reciprocal. Like the more people come, the more people come.
Yes.
You start getting them filing in like that. Next thing you know, it's spring break in Winfield every year. And speaking of that, every year it's going to be Little Cypress High School. Their spring break is going to be on Uncle Earl's like this year, so my kids can go.
Nice.
Notice I had my kids for the first time.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was cool. And it was awesome to see them babies get out there and bait them dogs too, man.
Oh yeah, it was fun to watch them this day.
They had a good time. I was proud of that too.
Oh, I think one of the best ones was old Wreck-It Ralph.
We'll be back after a quick break.
A quick thanks to supporters of the Dixie Doggers podcast: Southern Cross Cut Gear, UC Hunting Properties, Rankin Ranch 38 Cattle Company, Animal Housing Solutions, Boars N Broads, Ada Y Transport, Crockett Taxidermy and Processing.
Yeah.
That was just it was just great to watch him. You know what I mean? Because it's real. It's the reality of everything. It's like, hey, he's a good dog. Check him out. He's over here working, and he's doing some funny stuff here and there. Not everything goes perfect, and it's not a 10 all the time. That's why it's so special.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if it was, then hell, it wouldn't even be nothing to it then.
Yep.
But watching those kids have a good time, man, I had a good time.
And seeing them know what they're doing, that was what was really cool.
Oh yeah.
Like they just kind of took control, like turned the dog loose, started talking to him, and they know what they're doing. If he messes up, they start getting louder.
Yep, sure did.
That was cool. Well, what was your best moment of Uncle Earl's?
I'm probably gonna say now as far as like a personal moment going through there was, I guess, just being kind of humbled by meeting so many people that came and wanted to shake my hand because the podcast has grown so much and all that. So it's a bunch of moments compiled. But as far as like from a competitor's point of view and stuff like that, is watching Chaos become a dog instead of just a hit and miss. I mean, there still was a little bump here and there, and but like he looked really good, and I could tell he'd matured because he's a good 2-dog, and he's always been able to 1-dog a little. He's just enough to get you by, but he looked really good as a 1-dog this time. So I felt
He did.
that was one of my. I think that was probably my best moment. Besides having my grandson there, having my grandbaby there was the ultimate deal.
Hell yeah! Well, you better watch your Nate. You probably didn't have a bunch more grandkids.
Well, my son Luke, we're fixing to have one. He's fixing to have a little girl in May, and then
I'm trying to wait a little bit.
My two oldest girls, they've got two babies. I got one that had a little boy, and he was there with me, and then my other daughter has a little girl, and man, it's just I love it, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool having so many nieces.
But that grandbaby was standing up. I got a video of him up there when the dogs were down there baying. Jay Bird was announcing and everything going on, and he was up there just jabbering. It was so funny. He loved it.
Oh yeah, he would just sit there and watch the dogs bark at the pig.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, he knows what we're here for.
He's 7 months old. He stayed awake for 10 hours. Didn't take a nap. He didn't cry. That's what was crazy.
It's how exciting. Like it's no accident. We're all drawn to that.
Yes.
Exactly. Like there you go, 7 month old. Like all right, there's no checking his DNA. You know what's in him. There he goes. This is what he loves.
And like I said, my daughter, she never was around it a whole lot until the past 5 or 6 years. And I'll be honest with you, it probably ain't going to be very long till she's swinging a dog. Because if that youngin gets big enough, he wants one. Then it'll be a.
Oh, Miss Becky done get Kirsten's mom, and she said, "Oh yeah, you can build a holding facility over here." And I was like, I done got her husband's work schedule, so I'm figuring out how to come to Louisiana for a couple weeks at a time, and we'll be down there.
Yeah, we try
hunting and maybe move some pigs and hanging out with the family.
Yep.
Trying to make it all work at the same time.
So what was your favorite moment, Jake?
Man, hard to narrow it down to just one. And plus, you forget it, but like I feel like it was like two separate events. There was like Monday through Wednesday with all the people that got there like the Saturday before. That felt like one event, and then when the crowd got there, it felt like something totally separate.
Yep.
Like recapping it with Jay Bird, he's like, remember when this happened? Remember when that happened? I was like, dude, like, no, I don't. It felt like that was a month ago. Local guy, Spencer, playing, that was cool after hours, having a band playing.
Yep.
Spud winning the old and young, that was really cool. Anytime a new guy can come in and win something at that level,
yes,
that's awesome. He's made some purchases and bought the right stuff, and he's right where he needs to be. Got a bright future.
Yeah, he's definitely he's definitely stepping on up there. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Johnny White,
man,
Johnny White and them really stepped it up.
Yeah, they won the 2-dog. Had a ton of successful runs. Their dogs are all going in the right way. Like Johnny was telling me when he got home, like first place in the 2-dog alone, all the Calcuttas and everything combined was over $27,000.
Yep.
And Johnny was telling me, he was like, dude, I don't know what it was, but this thing paid good. And I said, it was the people, dude. Like people showed out this time.
Yeah.
So if that paid $27,000 for first, that meant it was like $54,000 alone just in the 2-dog.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. Like that. So that means we broke like probably 70 or 80,000 total payout.
Oh, I can only imagine that. Yeah. That's what I figured it was going to be 80 or better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think at the Earls we've broke 60 before, but I know we haven't broke 70. We had to have this time with the 2-dog just paying, 50 itself.
How many runs do we have total? 350 something?
In the 2-dog,
2-dog, yeah, 352 runs.
Yeah, something like that. 354 maybe.
Yeah, I knew it was. No, it was a lot.
Yep.
Is that the most you've ever had?
Oh yeah, no doubt. It was the most of every individual events have been bigger.
Yeah.
The old and youngs, which the old and young was within 10 of the last couple of years, but it wasn't the most. One dog was within 10 of the most, but it wasn't the most. So everything was right where it needed to be. And then the 2 dog was the biggest ever.
That's good. We're going in
Best of the best had good numbers. Youth Bay had 20-something in it. It was a heck of a deal.
Yeah, I like how the time frame worked out on this one. At first, I was like, man, we're going pretty fast, and I know enough to know that if you can gain 5 minutes, you better gain it. You better get it.
Yeah, buddy.
No matter what you do, time is of the essence. And the main thing is, we're not staying up 24 hours straight, man.
Yeah.
You get to a certain point and we can complete that, and then you can go have a good time. That makes the event even better.
And you know what happens when you stay up 24 hours? You stay up 48 hours because the event's got to start again in the next morning.
Yes. No doubt.
So, like we never bayed past 9 o'clock except for maybe 2 nights. And one was to gain a little time. We were having a good time. We said, shit, let's go to 10:30.
Yeah, I think everybody was good with that because everybody was still there.
Yeah, people want to have a good time. They don't mind staying up a little late, but they don't want to be, they don't want to be 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Got to take a shower, feed the dogs, and do it again the next day.
That's right.
What you got Rodney Bell doing? Is he recovered?
Yeah, they had put him back at work, man. He has
a job?
Yeah, believe it or not.
I thought he was just like a model or something.
Well, we had to cut him off of that. We couldn't even go to the Dollar General anymore.
I believe it.
Hey, this is no joke. There was a couple of ladies, a couple of women there, and they were sitting over in the stands.
So we're not going to call them ladies?
There's a couple of women there, and they seen Rodney and come over, and they were like, hey, can we get a picture with you? Rodney was like, yeah, I guess, He gets his pictures.
In his basketball shorts.
Yeah, man. He was all chilling and stuff. And
my man.
So I asked him, I was like, who were they? He was like, I don't know. I was like, dang, Roger, you got famous, bud.
You can't fake it when you got it.
No, I mean, when you got moves like he does, it's going to happen. It's bound to happen.
I guarantee you.
So, but no, he's been tied up, man. He's having to work a lot, and
he said his back went out last Wednesday. I'm just like, I was like, how do you?
Girls in that picture. Yeah,
that's what it was. That's what it was.
Rodney, he lives by that motto: "Don't hide it, divide it."
Yes. So, we're talking about doing all this and all the fun and everybody having a good time. Let's talk about the reality part of it where it's not that much fun. It's not a good time. Let's talk about how long does it take you to get all this set up?
Dude, the entire month. It to set it up and take it down, the physical part takes a month. The mental and the spiritual part takes all year.
Yes, I can say
the physical part takes all month. And then you're so beat down, you just can't get done what you want to get done. There's no way. And then, think of how many people were there. My number is public. Every one of them called me 42 times.
Yep.
And it's just not in me to tell you I can't, just ignore you. I answer the phone when it rings, and it is definitely going to be the death of me.
Yeah.
There's
I
not
try
enough.
to.
One man does not have the focus, the drive, none of that. No one has that much energy, and it has smoked me. I'm talking about I'm zapped.
I can imagine.
But all in all, was it worth it? Yeah, I loved it. A successful event. It was a huge success. We've really. Like the May show, come to the May show Memorial Day and you'll see how many new people we turned on to the sport and the direction we're going. But I might have to get a burner phone or something for the business line, because Lord have mercy, it goes nuts.
Mm-hmm. Sure is.
I Might have to deflect some of them to Rodney, especially if he's going to be throwing his back out doing this.
Yeah. Rodney, he likes answering the phone.
Hell yeah. Does he like it? Does he like answering the phone while he's on the phone? Because that's what it's going to be. You're going to have to answer the phone while you're on the phone.
Yeah.
Wait, while you're waiting to hang up and call somebody.
There's been times we'll be going down the road and he'll look at me and he's like, "Damn, are them people ever going to stop calling you?" I was like, "Dude, this ain't nothing. Like this is every day. Like we're not doing anything. All we're doing is just riding out. Like if we were putting on an event or, or hosting a hunt or co-hosting one, I was like, there's 5 times as many people that call."
Yeah, a lot of people on the hotlines. Well, you need to let everyone know we're going to have the Twin Peak girls there Memorial Day weekend. We're going to have the whole, not just a couple, we're going to have the whole staff serving beer. Everybody needs to come Memorial Day weekend, May 22nd through the 25th.
Yeah.
In Downsville. Get ready. It's going down.
Hell yeah. May 22nd through 25th.
Yep. That's Memorial Day weekend. That's a Thursday through a Sunday.
I had to make sure, I had to write it down. And I ought to know all of it by heart, but I get so many numbers going on, I can't remember them.
So many events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand completely.
Oh, I bet. So, but yeah, I mean,
there's a show.
Go ahead.
There's a show in South Texas the first weekend in May. Good hog band down there in Nixon. Travis is having one down there.
Gotcha.
But El Perro Loco. But between now and then, that's only 2 shows. Ready to rock and roll, dude. Keep the momentum going. Keep the good times flowing.
Yeah.
Keep old chaos going.
Oh yeah. I definitely want to push him as much as I can right now because I think it's very important at this stage to keep him going in it.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Go ahead.
Like I'm trying to maximize my assets. Like at Earl's, when we have that kind of crowd and that much going on, like how can you maximize your assets? How can you get everything? How can you make everyone's time better? So next year we're gonna have a kissing booth.
Yeah.
And we're gonna work shifts. It's gonna be Pat Lewing, Logan Campbell, Dan Lewis.
Logan just tried to call me too.
and a mystery kisser.
Oh, hell.
And hopefully that'll keep everybody occupied. Yes, dudes are welcome. I know there's going to be that question pop up. Dudes can get in line too, get a kiss from one of the legends.
Yes.
Whatever we need to do to just to keep everything fresh. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
The mystery kisser might be on this podcast.
He might be.
You never know.
That's all I'm saying. He might have he might have some freckles, might have some long flowing hair.
I had to let it grow back out, man. I had to shave it off. It's too hot.
Oh Lord, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I hate, dude. I needed a haircut so bad for Earl's, and I couldn't even stop and get one. Like it was probably a week after Earl's. When they cut my hair, they were like, "You hadn't been here since January." I'm like, "Yeah, no joke. My life's busy, lady. You ought to come to the house and cut my hair."
Yeah. That's why Nate's got his stuff set up. He's got it where he just gets his hair cut at home now.
Yeah, my
He's
sister.
probably married to her.
Not his sister-in-law.
Nah, she lives next door.
Sister.
Yes.
She lives next door.
She lives next door, so he
Yeah. That's a heck of a deal.
yeah, that'd be great.
Wish my sister-in-law cut hair. I know it wouldn't be, I wouldn't look as scruffy as I do in front of people.
I still look scruffy, so I can't say much.
Right.
Well, what'd y'all take away from some of the events, man? Like the winners and how it shook down and all that.
Oh man, like I said on the 2-dog deal, that was just phenomenal all the way around. I'm not, which most of us, we're all woods hunters. So I was really watching the sportsman class. There was a few damn really good dogs that I seen in there. That Cameron, was it Cameron Martinez?
Yeah.
He's from California. His dogs look pretty strong. And then Braxton Sultan, he won.
Yeah,
he
was
placed
second.
with a reserve champion with his Gunner dog. And Gunner looks good in the woods, and he looked pretty good in the pen.
Was it Dan Lewis's Bruiser?
Yep, the Bruiser dog.
I've hunted with that dog a couple times. That's a really good dog, and he bayed good.
Yeah, I was going to say he bayed really good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the two dog especially, what cost him is his partner was kind of jacking around.
Yeah,
but I think he still got fifth or sixth. But Bruiser will bay the hell out of a hog.
Yeah, oh yeah, he damn sure did. Ain't no doubt about it. Then I noticed the Bustin' Bush group that was there. I'm not familiar with them really. I don't really know them. But man, they had some nice dogs. They were some of the cleanest, prettiest dogs that you're going to find as far as hog dogs. Like those dogs are well taken care of. There's no doubt.
Yes, sir.
And they performed really good. They performed at a very high level. All their dogs did. Mm-hmm. So, shout out to them and that part right there. And then the one dog, man, there was quite a few that was really just hammering down,
There was.
Yeah.
Who's the final six in there? It was Buddy Rowe, Hand Grenade,
Hand Grenade. Yeah, no, it wasn't Elmo. It was
he got out and said
it was Fanboy, Hand Grenade, the black dog from Triple R. I can't ever think of his name.
That's the other dog.
I want to say Hunter. Is that it?
No. I had the
Tiger.
I had the Calcutta on that dog there, and that son gun. He looked good. Like he did. He looked really good.
Yeah, it was Fanboy, Hand Grenade, Tiger tied for second. Mm-hmm. Buddy Rowe and there was another Triple R dog tied for fourth and fifth, I think.
Yep. I can't remember the name, but I know when you come out.
Yeah.
Christina's dog. Yeah.
Yep. Buddy, maybe.
They always have good dogs. They always have dogs in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. But Elmo won the best of the best on Sunday.
Yeah.
But one thing that stood out to me is, I don't get to stand there and watch all the runs, but I was doing some work with the crowd there, kind of deal. I was on the buggy, and Randy Dominic walked by and stopped me, and he said, "Hey man, you need to pay attention. There's a lot of good dogs here this year." I was like, yeah, I was thinking there's a lot of 10s,
Yeah.
He said, that dog that just ran, he said, there ain't nobody going to beat him. I got to thinking, I was like, well, who in the world just ran? And Randy's walking by with Fanboy. This is his 2-minute run, his first run. He goes, this sumbitch just looked like Goose back in 2019.
Yeah.
And I was like, is that him? Randy's like, yeah, that's it. Randy Dominic, he was like, yeah, that's him.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And sure enough, that's what did it.
Yeah,
was old Fanboy.
Yeah, old Fanboy, he's making some waves, man.
Coming through strong.
Yeah, the sucker's number one in the world. Come in number one, left number one.
Yeah. He like I said, he's been stout the past year or so. Like he's been giving him a handful.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't have fed him for last year.
Oh, I know.
That's like if somebody gave me that many chances, I'd eventually win too.
Yeah.
That's an inside joke there, but
yeah.
That's the only dog to ever run with Goose 12 times and never win.
Damn. Yeah, that is a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just a few times.
Randy will say, "Oh, it's only been 4 times." Yeah, 4 times a year.
That's funny. That's funny. That's what.
Hard on him.
Yeah. So who won the bench show and the drag race? Do you know? Do you remember? I mean,
Dude, the drag race, the same lady had the fastest male and the fastest female.
really?
Lord have mercy. Let's keep talking, but I'm going to try to be pulling it up while we talk.
Because I was sitting there, I was like, and honestly, I could kick my own ass because I've got a couple dogs that are fast. I mean, sure enough, fast. And I didn't even sign up, man. I didn't even sign up. I was like, damn, I just let it get right by me.
Well,
and they were set up right on the other side of us.
I have one that's really fast. Ralph.
Yeah.
And I just sent him. I didn't go up there and run them because I had stuff to do. And they said Ralph kept catching the ribbon, like he was stopping. If the ribbon would have ran, he would have ran faster.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, why didn't y'all do it different? And they were like, the girls wanted to operate the thing, so they had it on medium speed.
Oh, man.
Whatever. I was like, man, turn that thing wide open and let Ralph stretch his legs.
Yeah.
But
you got to let him roll.
Mm-hmm.
The same lady, man, and like I'm looking at the Uncle Earl's results. I don't know how Heather posted it, but somewhere on this page there is, and what blew me away is like I didn't know who won what on the race. And the lady come up there and said, I won fastest male and fastest female. I'm like, well, we only have 2 buckles. You want them both?
Dang.
But apparently them dogs can fly.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You knock out both of them.
That ain't no joke. And I'm doing everything I can to try to find this. I'm not having any luck.
I see. Talking about the buckle. Go ahead.
Miss Bridget won the bench show, or at least part of it. It might have been best male or best female.
Yeah.
I didn't really have all that junk pulled up where I could read it off, but I'll work on that right now. See if we can get it all figured out.
But no, I was talking about the buckles and stuff, man. I seen a sign of sportsmanship down there that was really, really good. The girl that was running the youth for Bustin' Bush.
Yeah.
Her and Little Carter, Pat's boy there. They tie up.
Yeah.
They tied or something. And anyway, so they were going to be like, they said, well, we'll get another buckle made because there was only one buckle. And she said, let him have it. She said, I've won buckles before. And man, and they still, they were like, we'll get another one made. But it was just to see kids that are that young to take the initiative. That was really good because adults won't even hardly do that.
No.
Yeah, and for the most part, there's a lot of decent humans like that. Like, obviously, she was brought up by decent folks. It's just, you kind of take it for granted, because you see so many sour asses.
That's right.
But,
that's right.
Yeah, it's a great kid, come from a great family. And Bustin' Bush is, they're really competitive, and they're just getting started. Like, they haven't even made their own crosses yet with the good dogs that they have. Wait till they start breeding them. It's really going to be on.
Yeah. Ain't no doubt.
And I say breeding them, you know what I mean? They let them do it themselves.
Yeah, they'll let them do it.
Yeah.
They can usually figure it out.
Yeah. That dog will bite you.
It will.
Hey, bench show winners.
Here we go.
Miss Bridget, Miss Jean Roth. Then there's Austin and Tammy Riley. And Miss Sue. I don't know what, but it don't say the places. And it just shows winners. So I don't know if there was male and female, mature male and female puppy or what, but there's 4 winners.
Gotcha.
And two of those dogs have won in the Bay Pen, Miss Bridget's and Miss Jean's. That looks like Tater. Tater won the best male, I think.
Yeah.
And he's won in the Bay Pen multiple times.
Hell yeah.
I know in the fox dog world, it's a big deal to go to the trial and win the show and win the race too, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Without a doubt. You think Pat's ever done that? You think he's
Pat would not feed one capable of winning. Like the pressure kills him and he don't want it.
Yeah.
Like my Ralph dog, that's how I got him. Pat realized he was good and he's like, you take this son of a bitch.
Take him right now. Get him out of here.
Yeah. Like Pat would rather get 13th with a dog that was supposed to get last than get second with a dog that was supposed to get first.
I'll be damned. That's why I love him. That's why I love him.
Yeah.
But you know, he knows a lot about them old foxhounds and running walkers and stuff. And,
Oh yeah, he does. And he loves to watch them run. He can find the good in anything.
yeah, there you go.
He is optimistic.
Well, I tell you what, I can
but-
find the bad in anything. I think, but sometimes it's overwhelming.
You think you complain?
Yeah, a little
Well,
bit.
my problem is I don't always find it. Sometimes the bad just hits me in the face.
That's what. There you go. That's what I should have said right there, Jake. That's what it is.
Just comes right out and smacks you.
Everybody's like, man, that some gun that's a good ass dog. I'm like, no, that's a badass dog, and I don't mean like John Wick badass dog. I mean like, Grover the Grouch.
You meant sorry ass dog.
Sorry ass dog. That's what I mean. They're like, man, that son of a gun. He dry casted 2 miles. I said, it's because he was trying to go home. He was trying, like he wasn't going hunting. He was trying to find his way back home or go to McDonald's or something.
He was tired of listening to us drink beer and talk shit too.
Yes. He's like, I got to roll, boys. Oh, man.
Lord, I swear. Well, who you think's going to shake up the standings the most this year in open comers?
I'm gonna say that Tiger dog is gonna be hard. I like that Tiger dog and Cole. I like that Cole dog, Spuds.
Yeah.
It's DB Cooper dog.
Yeah.
Who else was it?
Yeah.
Raven.
And Raven.
Yeah. And
Right. Yeah.
you
Raven,
can't ever count out Buddy Rowe. Buddy Rowe is.
Yeah, I like Buddy Rowe. Buddy Rowe's gonna put you a 10, or he's gonna tear that son of a bitch's head off.
He reminds me a lot of Dillinger like that.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah. I'm seeing a TikTok right now. Someone just sent me that it was the one where the hog got his head hung in the gate, and then they let him get out, and Dustin Morrow jumped on him.
Yeah.
Remember that? Like when I seen that hog get out, I was like, here we go. I'm going to have to run down there. I'm up in the press box. I'll run all the way down there, and I'll still be the one that catches him. That's the first time ever somebody caught him as soon as he got out.
Hell, I mean, that's good. Well, when you got a hand like Dustin Morrow on the job, you know.
Yeah.
That's right. That's the way them old gingers are, old ginger snapper.
I guarantee you.
That son of a gun run me up so bad on that damn Calcutta, though. I was like, God almighty, I don't even like him. I had so much fun though, and then I don't even know what happened. I wound up having to leave, so I didn't come back for the second round Calcutta. And somebody was hollering that, it was a 2-dog Calcutta. I didn't even get in on the damn 2-dog Calcutta. And Jared Finley, he come up there the next morning. He said, "Hey, we bought like 14 or 15 pairs." I said, "We did." He's like, "Yeah." I said, "Oh shit."
Golly, is it that easy?
That's how easy it was for him.
You know what Jared told me? He said he really bought 16. He just only split 14 with you.
That's probably about right. He probably bought 6 and just told me 14.
No, he didn't do it that way. He did it the other way. He just the ones he was skeptical on, he split them with you. The real good ones, he just kept them for himself.
He keep it for himself. I don't blame him. But I will say one thing. He said, "You might not want some of these some bitches." he said, "It's up to you." Because he messaged me. He was like, "Man," he said, "Man, I got the Calcutta going. I don't even know what the hell happened." Anyway, I had to leave. And I told him, I said, "Well, hell," I said, "if you see something you want," I said, "Hell, I'll go in with you on some of it." And he never did say nothing else. until the next day. And then he dropped the news on me. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that's how you win the money. If you're scared money ain't going to win nothing.
Scared money ain't never won shit.
No, sir, at all. And I'm going to be honest with you. It, like in the Calcutta and the one dog, we went to the first Bay Off Calcutta, or the Bay Off Calcutta. I think I had 3.
Yeah.
Go to the final round of 6. And so it was like, here we go. You know, that right there keep your damn heart pumping. And of course, you know, we was just 1/10 of a point out of the hole. You know, it happens. But that's what makes it so exciting.
Old boy did his thing. He looked good.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. That stuff right there, I had a lot of people ask me about the Calcutta stuff. So on a clarification point on that, anybody can go down there. I'm saying this for listeners, you know, anybody can come down there and bid on it.
Yeah, all you got to do is have a pulse and enough money for however much you bid.
Yep. You don't have to own the dog or nothing. You don't have to. You can just come down there and say, hey, I want to buy Goose's Calcutta or Buddy Row or Hand Grenade. And all you got to do is outbid that other guy. Get your pocket right, a couple $1,000s.
You don't even have to have a driver's license, and you can have a warrant or 2.
Yeah.
You know, as long as you got the money to cover the bid, you're good.
That's right. That's exactly right. So
Yes, sir.
What's the next step that you're looking at doing right off the bat to kind of bring up Earls again? You know, what's the next step as far as like an improvements that you're going to try to get done right off the bat that you know?
Man, that whole north end of the arena, we're going to try to get that rocked or concreted with utilities, 50-amp plugs, water, and sewer.
Wow.
That whole north end down there, get it fenced in, and then that'll help the other events too, the rodeos and all the other things that go on there.
Yes, it will.
And fairs and festivals. And then we're going to try to get the arena and the bleachers covered. That way everybody can sit down there and be high and dry.
That'll be the ticket.
Most definitely.
All the spectators. I know what we need. We need like a VIP booth somewhere in that arena where folks can just come down there and hang out. And they're indoors, like air conditioned, TVs playing, whatever, heater, whatever we need. Have a little beer box. You know, we need something like that.
Oh yeah.
Have the Twin Peaks girls in there serving beer.
Hell yeah. That'd be badass. Because I know a guy that's down here. He's further down south in Alabama, but he's got basically like a party bus, and he goes like down to the beach and spring break and all that stuff, and he'll just park that sumbitch out there on the edge of the road or in a parking lot, and you got a mobile bar, a mobile hangout. You know, you got all of it right there. And that dude, that thing stays packed. He makes a lick with it too. So I might have to get me an old school bus, start some renovations.
Look, like I've always thought about, like back before I put on Uncle Earl's, I pitched the idea that if they could get some kind of sound booth, I would commentate. This is before we had an announcer, you know. I would commentate the event over, you know, you can get one of those broadcasters that'll like pitch a radio station to where everybody on the fairgrounds could get like 91.7 or something, you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I would be commentating the event the whole time. Like I would like to do something like that.
We've got that set up. We actually got it a couple of years ago to do that same thing. We actually have that set up. So what we need to do is get Rodney and Uncle Pat to commentate.
We'll let Rodney do it. Pat's already got like 2 jobs for next year.
Oh, so you working Pat? I got you. We working Pat.
I'm working Pat. Pat's gonna have the kissing booth, and we're selling a clothing line next year.
Oh yeah.
And if he leaves the clothing line booth, he's in trouble. We're gonna have our own line of clothes. It's gonna have all his sayings on it, and It's gonna be a hot ticket, and then plus we're gonna use that to jumpstart the kissing booth.
Yes.
Plus, I feel like that'll bring young women in too.
Oh, without a doubt.
Most definitely.
They see a man with traps like that, they get to kiss him, dude. It's gonna be on.
Yes, Lord. There ain't no doubt about that. That's gonna be hard to manage. Hard to hold them back. We have to get private security.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That'd be the next step. Oh, what happened? All right, you there?
Yeah, what happened?
I have no idea. I have zero ideas. Anyway, that's what I said. Yeah, I said doing that with all them young girls that be wanting to kiss on them, we'll have to get some private security.
Yeah. We're back recording?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. They absolutely like security is a must, and especially when you're marketable, like all the people that want to touch you and talk to you and influence you and everything.
Yeah.
And Pat, thankfully, he's not very impressionable because of all the things that are thrown his way. But he's sitting in the booth all week next year selling merchandise. He's going to be our merchandise go-to guy. We're gonna bring him meals. We're gonna have a porta potty in his tent. He cannot leave the tent unless it's to go to the kissing booth.
Yes, sir. Hey, are you gonna get Rusty to judge next year? I think he said he wanted to judge like everything.
Yeah, I think he would rather chop his wiener off and stick a red hot poker in his ass.
That's some good boy. He's gonna kill me for even saying that.
Hey, dude, that dude, like, man, the pressure's real. You know what I mean? That's why it's so hard to find a judge. Like half the people there are going to question your integrity, and that's a hard pill to swallow for anybody.
Mm-hmm. Well, without a doubt.
Yeah.
It happens.
Comes with the territory. They're going to ride your ass as a judge.
Yeah, it don't matter who it is. You're going to have them. They're going to be like, well, that was a bad call. Or they're going to say, well, you didn't call that on this other dog. And blah, 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 and all this. And it just look. Sometimes you get calls. Sometimes you don't get calls. I got by with a call, and I seen it.
Yeah. Well, now that you admit it, you're under contract. You owe me $60.
You owe me 40 more. Listen, that was the thing about it, but, and I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. We all know that it happens. It might go your way and it might not go your way, because the very next run, I couldn't find anything and I got hit.
Yeah.
It happens. But at the same time, you gotta let the judges do their damn job.
It's a super big pen, and judges from different angles can see different things.
Yes.
And it's only fair as the judge to only dock the dog when you see it. So if one judge sees it and the other two don't, the other two ain't supposed to dock
They ain't
them.
supposed to. That's exactly right. If you don't know 100%, you give it to the dog.
Yeah.
But people are going to gripe about it anyway.
I think it'd be cool to try and figure out a way to live stream it.
The whole thing?
You couldn't do it on YouTube. They'd kick you off for it. But you could do it on Facebook for sure, Instagram. You'd probably have to
Why would they kick you off of YouTube? I thought YouTube was kind of your own private thing.
Lord no.
Oh, I don't know.
Our whole channel.
Yeah, they deleted our old channel for bay pen videos.
Yep, just with no contact, zero contact with the dog,
just baying only. So anytime they see a pig in a pen on YouTube, they classify it as animal fighting now on newer videos. Yeah, it
says animal fighting. Yeah.
Now I don't know. Maybe they was just upset with us.
A bunch of losers.
Yes.
Elon needs to buy YouTube.
Agreed.
Yeah. I think a lot of it is, and I might get shit for this, but a lot of stuff, it's the devil, It's the guy that's competing against you. He might be turning your ass in on them videos and reporting it. There's a reason why they're drawing attention.
Yeah, a lot of it now, they do everything through like artificial intelligence. So basically they
But
have.
I'm saying if it gets reported.
Yeah, but most of the time it's not getting reported. It's getting flagged by YouTube censorship servers. Like all of ours were in the middle of the night.
AI type stuff,
Yeah. So it's going through, and so sometimes it's hitting it and sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
And it's really just luck of the draw with that, which is even more irritating because it's like, oh, I don't know if they're going to get me or not. But I know with like Instagram and Facebook, they don't really care. But
I know most people that do like social media type stuff, they get the most success off of YouTube. Like they become the most popular off of YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
Like I've wanted my own channel. That's kind of discouraging because I felt like I had somebody that would help me with something like that. And then, like, because I've never heard of anyone getting banned off YouTube. Everybody's got banned off Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook.
Justin Becker, he got knocked down 2 or 3 times. Like, if you're going to get monetized to make money, then you can't put up anything that shows much of nothing for real. Yeah. All our videos, they show us going into the hog, then it cuts, and that's it. Like, you can't show the bulldogs hitting. Yeah. You can't show sticking the pig or tying the pig up, any kind of squealing. Yeah. None of that stuff is going to happen.
The biggest thing is like the audio. You can get away with a lot of stuff as long as it ain't like gruesome. And now the biggest thing is like YouTube also don't want any blood.
Yeah.
So anytime there's blood, you got to do it in black and white.
Well, YouTube sucks.
Yes. Yeah.
Without a doubt.
But Patreon, like, which is basically just like, I got a link to a video over here. You can put whatever you want on there.
Yeah. We started our Patreon account, and it's.
Don't say that. I know a bunch of girls in orange. They'll be putting their stuff on there.
Yes, Lord.
Good Lord.
And it is 18 and up on our stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, it's for grown folks.
How old is you? Old enough to sleep by myself and no, I don't like it.
That's right. That's exactly right. So what's the plan? Are you going to let the kids run dogs in Downsville? Or the baby's going to run some dogs down there?
No.
Are they going to be at school?
No, they'll. Well, I say they'll be there. They might miss a couple days.
Yeah.
But they're not going to run. I really don't have competition dogs anymore. Yeah. I was kind of putting some together for the Texas two-step deal, and that didn't work out like I wanted. Kind of sold some dogs and whatnot, and now I'm just back breeding a little bit and running my hunting dogs. But I just let them run my woods dogs in the youth bay.
Yeah,
I don't really have a competition dog anymore. So not one under 12 years old anyway.
Yeah. How's the hunting been going? You've been getting, which I know with Earls and all that shit, you hadn't been able to
hunt. Did not hunt one day in the month of March.
Yeah.
I was sitting there thinking the other day, like, when's the last time I went hunting? I was supposed to go this morning with Jaybird, but like the world is just moving fast over here at Jake's address.
Yeah.
And it ain't had the time. Like, gotta be. This phone literally does not stop ringing. Between day job and hog bay, and
it keeps you busy.
No, it's something worse, far worse than busy.
Worse than that, yeah, I guess.
Possessed.
Oh yeah, ain't no doubt that it can consume you.
Yeah,
and I imagine yours, like I said, is just way worse than what mine is, and mine is way too bad. I don't like it.
Yeah, how's the woods hunting going for y'all?
Man, it sucks. We catch a pig here and there. We've been running some pigs, and me and Nate went last night. We slipped in, and turkey season started, so that kind of slows us down some. We slipped in with some rough dogs, and we snagged one off the side of the road last night. Got lucky.
Heck yeah!
But last weekend, I got a cool story though. Like there's a guy that wanted us to take him and his little boy hunting. His little boy is 7 years old?
Yeah,
Colton is, and he's got like it's like
He has the genetic form of autism.
Yeah, it's a genetic form of autism.
He has the defective X chromosome.
Yeah, and so he basically doesn't really talk or anything, you know. And so anyway, he hasn't been able to find anybody to really take him out. But now they went on a special needs hunt, and Justin Becker guided them and took them. So, you know, hats off to Justin. But man, they stayed with us a few days, and we tried to make it an easy hunt. And we had one boar hog coming in on camera. So we went and we run him. We had him bayed a couple different times, blah, blah, blah. Never did get the hog. But it was just such a really good hunt to spend with Ty and with Colt and his son. And then Ty's dad was there. Ty's brother was there.
Yep.
It was a whole family event. And, man, we run the hell out. We run Sunday. I don't know. Rick run, 4 or 5 miles on that one. It was a good hunt, but the impact on the little boy is what was special because, he doesn't really talk. And so today he went back to school and he has an aide that helps him. Well, Ty messaged me and said that he was able to tell the aide who we were, where he went, that he went on a hog hunt, talked about the dogs and the shooting houses, because we made fun of the shooting houses because some of them was really rough and falling apart and built crooked, you know. So it was just an ongoing thing, but it was the impact of the hunting, the dogs, and all the people that this kid is being able to communicate now. And they're doing a little children's storybook, and he's going to send us a copy of it when they get done.
Hell yeah.
That's about the highlight of my whole life, whole career right there with hog dogs.
Yeah, that is living proof that hog hunting is the greatest sport in the world.
Mm-hmm. And when I handed him one of those little dog leashes I make for kids, and when I did, he just said, "Oh wow." And everybody just kind of looked at each other. You know, to us it's really not a whole lot, but to his parents, you know, like his mama's already trying to plan the next trip. When can we come back? And you know, I'm gonna try to get a few. Go ahead.
I get that. That's awesome. Like as a parent, like when which I don't have that type of situation. But
yeah.
If someone acknowledges your child, man, it's special. Someone outside your circle, that's badass.
Well, I mean, I think there's too many times like guys like us, we're all rough around the edges. We all do our thing. And we don't feel like we're making that kind of impact. You know, the impact that we make is we're talking shit about our buddy, or I'm picking on Rodney. You know, that's the impact I'm making on somebody's life. You know, or I'm talking about Carter and the Amish girls. But, you don't tell
me about Carter and Amish girls. I haven't heard about that yet.
Oh, that was from Downsville. Where were we at? West Monroe?
Yeah.
That was in the what Roadhouse?
Yeah, Logan's Roadhouse.
Logan's Roadhouse. We all left the Downsville Bay. Him and Rodney got drunk. I mean, it was like I know, Jake. Please let's hear me out. Hear me out.
It's so hilarious because Carter was like,
it's
just so late. He was like, we got to hurry up and eat.
I'm tearing the label on a backwoods cigar pack right now because I'm going to listen to this.
So
it's like 9:00.
No, that's after we got back. Yeah. We left before dark. I said we had to take them and get them something to eat. They got to sober up now.
Yeah,
because they're going to need something. They're going to need something to throw up later.
Yes, exactly. So we get to the Roadhouse, and when I walk in, it's me, Nathan, Ryan, Carter, and Rodney. Well, I walk in, I'm up there talking to the manager. And, they have the bar. It's kind of raised up in the middle of the place. And I go in there, and I said, "Are you going to be serving us?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I just looked, and I handed a $100 bill. I said, "There's your first tip." And she said, "Honey, that's $100." I said, "You're going to need it." I said, "Just don't call the cops." And she just kind of looked at me. I said, "Just don't call the cops." And so we're all laughing a little bit. Well, when we're going in there, there's these where they Amish.
I think they were Mennonites.
They might have been Mennonites. And
there's about 15 of them.
That part of the country, they were Mennonite.
They were there at the wrong time, really.
Yeah, but they probably fit right in. Like the wildest women in the world are there's like Mennonite, Amish, Apostolic, then Pentecostal.
Oh, sounds like you know a lot about this, Jake.
Well, I heard.
You heard? Okay,
I heard.
Heard. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna tell, but I was gonna ask you if you heard.
Yeah. So and Carter, he was like, he's talking out. We was messing. We was like, dude, like that. You don't need to be messing with her. He's like, I'll change her life. He said she'll have to go to the prayer closet in the morning. He said, I'll show her a microwave, son. I said, oh my. I said, oh my.
He
God.
said she won't know how to act.
He said she don't know how to act. And like,
He
was
said-
not being quiet. Like they're louder than we are right now in the middle of the fucking place. I was like, oh my God. And that woman,
He said he'd show her a microwave. That was code talk for like, I got some leftovers, baby.
yeah, that's it. And
He said she started acting bad. He said, I'll turn the lights off. She feels just at home.
yeah, he talked so much shit. Like him and Rodney were like, oh, and then Rodney, listen, buddy, I mean this. I got to tell Jake. So I'm go ahead and apologize now. All right. So Rodney's talking to this other waitress, and me and Ryan and Nate are looking, and I'm like,
No,
that's a guy.
he looked at me and he said, she's got a cute butt. And I
Yeah.
said, who?
That's
And
what I
he-
said. He was
yeah,
trying to talk
Yeah,
to
oh
her.
yeah, because I was sitting beside Rodney.
Yeah. You was beside
He was
me. You was
instigating.
between us,
He was
yeah.
instigating me for 5 or 10 minutes about it. I was like, I'm not bringing this up.
No,
He was like, she's got a cute butt, don't she? I was like, Rodney, that's a fella. That is not a lady.
that's a guy.
He's like, no, it's not.
Yes.
He's like, look at when she bends over. I was like, Rodney, that's a guy. I ain't looking at nothing.
and then
brother.
turn around, you could see the stubble on his face. and dude was cool as.
God have
And,
mercy.
and look, Rodney kept on. He was like, ma'am, can I have another beer? And dude just turned around, looked, he said, and now keep in mind, he was on the feminine side, and he was okay with that, and he was okay with us saying that. And so we're all looking at each other now. We're like, no, Rodney, that's a guy. Rodney said, no, it ain't. And that dude turned around and looked at him. Rodney said, miss, excuse me, miss. He turned around, he said, I'm not he said, I'm not a damn woman. I'm a guy. He said, I'm a dude. And Rodney said, that's a damn lie. He said, let me see it. I swear to God, right? Like there was people getting up just walking
I
out.
am a guy. Show me.
He
What?
said,
No.
he said, show me. I said, holy shit. I said, we're screwed now. And it turned out to be one of the best times. Like my hat's off to those people. They put up with our drunk asses, and which Carter was over there finessing one of the managers. My boy Carter was trying to take care of business and get the tab reduced, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, buddy.
And so that was the whole thing. But anyway, that's what I was meaning. But I was saying the kind of impact I have on somebody's life. It humbles me to think that I have a positive impact on this child. And so that was, like I said, that was a real good thing going on for me. And I know like it's one of those deals where anybody can do it.
Well, one thing we have to stress to the audience is if you come to Downsville, this is the type of activities that you may have a chance in witnessing firsthand. Instead of getting a secondhand account from someone sitting from a safe distance, you could be right on the front lines, getting in the mix with some Mennonite girls and maybe a feminine waiter.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
Whatever you're into.
The feminine waiter said, hey, do you guys have a cigarette? And Ryan Rankin was there, and I don't know whose cigarettes they were. He was like, here's one right here. He said, well, what kind are they? Ryan told him, he said, it's a Camel Crush. And that old boy said, that's them sissy cigarettes. I said, holy shit, the world has come together.
He said, and that's coming from me.
He said, that's coming from me. Like, we didn't know what to say.
Ryan just looked at us. He said,
When a sissy calls you a sissy.
That's exactly, and that's that's what he was like. And I was looking at Ryan. I'm like, this is Ryan Rankin. This dude's like, that's a sissy cigarette. I was like, bro, like this motherfucker grabbed you by the neck and just.
Ryan thought it was the funniest thing ever. Ryan said, I can't believe he said that.
And then when we left, the homeboy on the bicycle,
Oh yeah. So there's this dude riding. He's like, and so we stop at the 4-way lot, and Carter like rolls down the window. He goes, "Hey man, you going to the Hog Bay?" And that guy said, "No, where's that?"
Yeah, he said, "Where's that?"
And Carter said, "Are you gonna get right up here on this exit?" He said, "Just follow us." And the guy's like, "All right." And Rodney like wakes up because he had passed out.
Yeah,
for
Rodney
a few
passed out it was only 2 minutes from the time we walked
Yeah.
out to the truck.
Well, no, I had to take him out there earlier. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't remember.
Because Rodney almost fell out of his seat.
You were driving, wasn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was always off.
Yeah, so I had to get Rodney and take him out there early because he
Yeah.
almost fell in the restaurant. And he fell and hit the doors on the way out. He opened them and stood back, hit the door, bounced, and stood back up.
He was properly dressed, though, Jake. Rodney was dressed for
He had blue jeans on. He had his blue jean jacket.
Yeah, he had his Wrangler jacket on, too, buddy.
Oh, yeah, he was pimping.
Yeah, I want y'all to do me a favor.
What?
Next show, don't go back to that same place. They're gonna be, the law will be there waiting on y'all.
If we pull out, and this guy on the bicycle, he's going on the left-hand lane of traffic.
Yeah.
Like he's driving to where oncoming traffic should be coming from, just pedaling away. And and Carter's like, "Man, you in the wrong side of the road." And Rodney wakes up. He said, "Boy, you high as a kite." He said, "Get off that dope." And Rodney wouldn't quit screaming at him. And we stopped at another red light. And these people were to our right just watching Rodney scream at this guy on the bicycle.
They were laughing. Rodney said, "Did y'all see that? I think that boy's high on drugs."
And the people were just like so confused.
Yeah, well, I'm still confused myself. So, but anyway, you could win a chance at an event like that.
We might have to start raffling it off.
Yeah, I promise you,
Private West Monroe tours.
Yeah,
you can get an all suspense paid, not expense, all suspense paid trip with the Boars and Broads and the Dixie Doggers.
Yeah.
Beautiful West Monroe, Louisiana.
Yes, Lord, yes.
Where the Waffle House never closes.
Yeah,
and the waitresses have hoses.
Yeah. Oh man, Dazzle is a good time, no doubt about it.
Dude, when I get there, I never leave. Like, I miss stuff like that. Like, I'll go to eat, like, the 2 days before the show starts. We'll go out to eat Mexican food, and that's it.
Yeah.
I never leave again until I go home.
I know, man. You got to do the business. A lot of work, hard work.
One time this year in Earl's, like, I've never left in the, I'm going to say, like, the 10 days, like, say, Friday to when it ends, I never leave. I left one time during the show. I went to the gas station. And, like, everybody was looking at me like, "What are you doing here?
Yeah,
Why
like,
are
what,
you in town?"
Yeah, what's happening? What's going on?
Yeah, there's trouble at the fairgrounds? Like, nope. My truck's out of diesel.
Yep.
I'm gonna go send these boys around town of my Well, man, I tell you, I was proud of y'all's dog, how it did. And, moving forward, like, I want to see him close the deal one time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like we've got, especially in the one dog, I think we did the novice, and we've placed in the 2 dog multiple times at different places, but I want to see him. Like you said, I'd like to see him close the deal one time in the 1 dog by itself at least, in the big boy deal.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
And it's not his fault. None of it's his fault. It's my fault because, like, I don't haul him enough. I don't really bay him enough and all that. So I was waiting on him. Waiting on him to mature. And from what I seen this go round, I think he's ready to get put to work for real now.
That was one thing I told Randy Dominic. Like, I think he ran like 6 dogs, and none of them did bad. None of them.
Yeah.
I was like, man, if you keep them in this environment, like, you can't just jerk them off the chain and put them in a different environment than they've been in. And I think you pick up on what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
like you keep them in this environment 5 times a year, they're gonna be more competitive.
Without a doubt.
You know what I mean? Like keep them coming to this. They're seeing the same thing in the same environment, and it's more conducive to what the type of dog he owns than what he's normally doing. He's going to get better results here. Like, you just keep them here, keep them going, and you're going to see, like, because that's where Buddy Rowe and them came from. You know, that type of dog.
Chaos too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, part of him, you know, but at the same time, there's that whole style of dog there, that whole line and breed, you know, they've got the stuff to do it there. You just got, like you said, I think there's a lot of guys, and I that's what's wrong with Chaos and Junior is, you know, I snatch them off the chain and say, okay, let's go to the bay. We ain't been in 6 months or a year, you know, and they're just now 3 years old. So that's what I said. That's why we're at the point now where I don't keep them in the loop.
Even if you can't come, but for the weekend, come run the 2-dog.
Yep.
Do what you got to do. Go home. Keep them where they're baying that type of hog. You know.
And if I've done talked to a couple of other people, and if something happens where I can't physically make it to the bay or something, then I'm going to have them take and haul my dogs for me. I'm going to keep them in the bay. I'm going to keep them in the environment.
Hell yeah.
You know, that way I can keep them moving.
Well, did y'all see me and Ed last night on Facebook?
No, we were snagging hogs off the side of the road. I didn't see it, Bo.
No, y'all were doing grown-up shit. We were doing kid shit.
I seen a little bit of it this morning.
We recorded last night, too.
Oh, yeah, we recorded last night, too. Yeah. And I fucking hung sheetrock. Well, finished sheetrock all day. Then came home and worked on some shit around here. Then did that. But anyway, what all was y'all talking about there?
Oh, man. Like you know, anytime we say something out of line, I got to get on him. You know what I mean?
I noticed that.
And then we get to message, dude. If we could publish our messages, one, people would realize we're not retarded.
Yeah.
And then two, like, it's the most interesting stuff in the world, especially to me and Ed.
That's hilarious.
But
like I said, I seen a few messages. I was like, oh yeah, I missed a little bit there.
Like Ed said something about teaching lesser men Southern culture or something. I said, how do men that deem lesser men always catch your attention? Men sure of themselves or sure of their values never let lesser men get to them.
Yeah.
You know, Ed just goes on about how he's a negative person, and
I
kind of congratulate him. I was like, dude, like self-awareness is definitely an undervalued characteristic.
If you know you're negative, Nancy, don't lie about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to come to terms with some of that a couple years back. Me and Nate were talking about something, and finally one day he said, all you do is just, you got to find something about it, something negative. I was like, what do you mean? And then we were doing something, and I even realized it for myself. I stopped. I was like, God almighty, I am. And it was just like, I was going to complain about it no matter what. It didn't make a shit if everything was perfect and I was batting 1,000. Well, why didn't I bat 1,050? Blah, 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 blah. And so I've had to work on that.
One thing I noticed was something about, I'm trying to think of the quote here, like impressionable suburban men is what Ed was focusing on. And I was like, man, you might have too much focus on suburban males. You know, you might want to be looking into urban females or something, you know?
Yeah.
You know? And anyway, we got off on that, and it got pretty entertaining.
Get in the Mennonites.
Hey man, now, hey, all I got to do is drop it, and you pick it up. You know what I mean?
That's the way we got to work it, baby.
Hell yeah. But man, all I know is, like, the world is great. It's really busy, and couldn't be prouder of how everything's going.
Good deal.
Been listening to me some Dixie Doggers, I hadn't gotten much of the. I think you were on a podcast with someone else. I hadn't got to listen to that yet. Weren't you on somebody else's?
Yeah, Tree Talking Time with Ben Sheets.
Yeah, I hadn't been on that yet. I hadn't got to listen to that yet. I mean,
yeah, Ben's a really good guy. He I like his podcast. That's about one of the only ones that I listen to. Period. You know, I don't.
I was listening to y'all and the one that Ed and them were doing. I was listening to that during the week. I think it was Tuesday night they would do one.
Yeah.
But I think they about drug up, and I didn't even see old pal this year at Earl's.
Yeah.
I didn't see him.
I didn't either.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened, man. But I had a few people ask me about it. I was like, man, I don't know. I said I hadn't really talked much to Ed or anything like that. I mean, this stuff right here. It's a lot of work, and it's hard to keep enough guests and to keep it rolling and all that. It's hard for a lot of people. It's not shit for us.
I'll say this: like if we were still doing that Hog Dog Nation deal, see, Ed was the producer. He did all the legwork, everything for ours, and then at the time we didn't know what he was going through in his personal life.
Yeah,
and he kept doing it, you know. And I couldn't imagine right now being on that with how busy my life is right now.
Yeah,
like I wouldn't be able to. I'd have to drop something.
Yeah, I was thinking to say, dude. And honestly, that's one of the things. Like we had to pick and choose. Like when we, having the storefront and all that, we were like, man, it's not really producing enough monetary wise.
It's taking the
most time. So it's like, do we stay here and suffer for 6 to 10 hours, depending on which days it is, and then we have to do 2 to 4 hours of recording 2 or 3 nights a week, or do we?
See, we
got to pick something because we all work. And we got real lives going on too. So,
and we made Ed like edit ours, like because we would have breaks.
Yeah.
So we'd record for two hours. So Ed would listen to 2 hours and cut out like our bullshit sessions.
Yeah.
So it'd be an hour and 40 something minutes. So it was 4 hours for Ed.
That's right.
And but at the same time, even if it was short lived, that was one of the greatest tools we ever had. That Hog Dog Nation deal, dude.
Yeah.
Like it reached people to the northern Midwest, and like the outcry from that was just incredible.
It's weird how the northern Midwest, like we had a big surge in listeners. And where were they from? Where was Nate? Was it Iowa?
Yeah, I think it was Iowa, but I don't know if it was from there.
Iowa
or if that's just where our hosting platform. I think that might be where one of their server farms is based out of.
I don't know. Anyway, we had a whole bunch of stuff from going on from there. It's like I don't know what it's from. But like I don't know how many countries we're in now. Like we got people that we talk to literally daily from other countries. It has reached so many people now. And so anytime we're on here doing this, you're being listened to in Japan. You're being listened to in New Zealand, in Australia, Canada, Switzerland, Sweden. I mean, all these places like that, Germany. We've got followers and listeners that have really stretched all around the world. South America.
South Louisiana to Minnesota.
Yes, sir.
You know how I know? Because there is people that come to the show and run dogs.
That's right, baby.
Like, man, there was probably, I want to say it was like 34 states represented.
Oh, yeah. I could only imagine. I figured it'd be at least that many.
Yeah.
And then there was a couple of countries, too, so.
Yeah. And it's not the first time we've had internet. Like in 2027, we're going to have Australian compete. It'll be the first people to actually bring dogs overseas to compete. First time it'll ever happen.
That's going to be badass.
And we're gonna treat them like kings. When their run happens, we're going to showcase it.
Yeah, and I'm 100% on that because it takes so much to do that. It's going to cost them.
It's so expensive.
Yeah,
so expensive.
It's going to cost them thousands to get a dog here.
As cool as Uncle Earl's is, as cool as you are, I'm not getting on a plane and riding 16 hours to come visit you.
No.
I'll meet you halfway, or you come visit me. I'm not riding on a plane. Like after Zach's funeral, it wasn't but like 4.5 hours from Columbia back to Houston. Dude, I'm not, and it was Thanksgiving weekend. I'm not ever riding shoulder to shoulder with someone for 4 hours, much less 16, ever again.
Yeah, I know. I know when I talked to Baden, that's what he told me. It took them a couple of days to get over all that shit, the jet lag and, all the stuff that comes with it. Well, Troy had to go to a conference the day they got back. He got off the plane and went to a big conference and had to get up and do all that stuff. And it's like, I don't know how I'm going to make this shit. I was like, dude, my hat's off to you.
That poor bastard. But I also told him too, like if you have to pick, like if our audience is listening right now, if you have to pick certain days to come to Earl's, come Thursday through Sunday.
Yes.
Don't come Monday through Wednesday. Now, Monday through Wednesday was great. We had a huge crowd for Monday through Wednesday. But like there's nothing that replaces the weekend crowd at Uncle Earl's.
They missed the big bang, I mean, but one thing, like those guys, they got to, I think it worked out good because they got a lot of personal interaction, like with yourself, and they got to meet, a lot of competitors. That I think it worked out good for that.
And that's one thing, like how I started this, where I was griping about. I was like, man, if you've got dog events or a dog registry, come talk to me, man. Those dudes, come right up to me and talk to me, and then we're cool as a fan.
Mm-hmm.
The Australian guys.
Yep. And Mr. Parker, when he came down there, I don't think they were going to be able to stay very long. But I told him where you were at. And at the time you were in the announcer's booth and we were standing down there by the food stand. And that's what I told him. I said, well, there's the host right there. And I told him who you were, Jay Bird, Spud, and all those guys. So I'll pass your number to him so that way he can contact you. And, maybe I'll talk before Earl's next year.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's good to know.
And I don't mean anything personal, but it's just
I know.
Like I want to challenge them people to hey, let's get together. Let's collaborate. We're teammates.
Exactly. I mean,
there's no reason that we can't interact. I don't care the situation. We're teammates. Like, there's no reason. I remember when I was a kid. This is just for instance, an example. It's kind of the opposite end of the spectrum. But like when I was a kid, they used to limit the entries, and dude, 75% of the entries were NALC Catahoulas. Could you imagine if every registry was represented at Uncle Earl's like that?
Oh man.
Like now, we can't even get the register done anymore. That's a whole nother stone to unturned because registered Catahoulas, they don't even hardly have shows anymore.
Yeah.
Like in a 5-year span, they might have 4 or 5 shows.
And see, and that's what I always thought too. I was like, man, if you could say somebody from the Kimmer Association that's a good upstanding member and they're very active. What if they brought their dog down there and they placed at Uncle Earl's? You know what I mean? And there's guys that have these dogs that could do it.
Yeah. What you say what if, but like imagine for instance, like but they're really good in the treeing world, and the type of attention that gets, like these field trials that they have on their own. Imagine if they opened up a new market.
And see, there's so many guys running these Kimmer dogs on hogs right now. I mean, there's a bunch. I could honestly puppy mill Kimmers left and right now if that's what I wanted to do. But of course, I ain't. But
when I was younger, there was a lot of like people from Florida and Western Florida and Alabama that had those bobtail dogs that were good, and even they might not have won Uncle Earl's, but they were really competitive. But when you went to the bays in Georgia, that's what you had to beat.
Yep.
Those dogs did it. Like, they can do it.
But that's right.
You got to get that. You got to light them people's fire.
Well, buddy, that's what we're gonna do. We'll light them up. And like I said, that's the only thing
what
I know
it takes. If you're not in it, you can't come off the street and jump in this environment and win day one. Like if you can, after 30 years of doing this, if you can just jump off the street and win, like what have we done? We haven't, you know.
Yeah, no
like
shit.
You got to kind of get in that environment, know what's expected of you, and then kind of cultivate what you have.
Without a doubt. Yeah, I mean, because like you said, it should be hard to win. It should not be easy. I mean,
should be.
That's why you have the NFL. It's hard to get in the NFL. You know what I mean? It's not just easy.
And here's like, it don't matter if it's horse racing, bulldogs, hog baying.
Yeah.
Like the research, we've been doing this over 30 years. The research is done. We know what works. So we're breeding what works to what works.
Yeah.
So it makes it harder. So if, you know, you come in and get involved and you see what you need to do, you make your own improvements, and then next thing you know, you're falling right in line. Boom, 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 boom.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the dogs that are winning right now. There's nothing at the top that don't have Otis Weems in it. Like if you don't have Otis Weems as Catahoulas, and I say Catahoulas, they're crossbred dogs. They have Airedale, they have Pit Bull, and they come out leopard.
Yeah.
They probably have some blue tick, and you know how I feel about a blue tick. I give blue tick people more hell than anybody.
That's right.
But those people know what's expected of them. They're constantly changing their program to stay competitive, and they've got them crossbred dogs that'll get it. Not to say a purebred dog can't win, but like you start mixing the best of multiple worlds, you're going to get the best of the results too.
Oh, you ain't lying, buddy. You ain't lying. That's where we're at right now. We're damn mixing and batching shit over here. We're trying to get something to swing out there.
Yeah, buddy.
You know, so, but man, that you know that
like me, I'm Dagash. I'm half Dago, half Coonass, and I cross with a purebred white girl and shit, and our kids come out pretty good.
That's right. Nothing wrong with that, brother. But man, that let's see where we're at. What we're looking like on time, Jake. I can't even tell. I gotta.
We're getting close. We're getting close to 2 hours.
Yeah, I was thinking, say we're doing pretty good. You got anything else you want to push out there right now, or?
Nothing much, man.
Yeah.
Like I think we've touched on everything. I just want to keep the momentum rolling. I want to thank everybody for the huge success that Uncle Earl's was.
Yes,
the positivity. Everyone behaved. The
yes.
environment around the environment around it was great. You know,
I think it was the best one yet. I think it was the best one yet, man.
Dude, there's no doubt it was. I've said this the last 3 years. It was the best one yet. And the only thing different this year is the weather cooperated, so we got more people in the house.
Yeah.
Like the weather was pristine, and it was an all-out, just great time. And like, this shows the potential of the event. And like, our potential is, I swear to you, it's Daytona on race week. That's what we've got. Like nothing sells. If you own a dog, you're interested in this, and people show up to it. It's the craziest thing. They know they're not even going to be competitive, but they show up and they want to be a part of it because the event is so marketable. It's so much fun.
Yeah. Ain't no doubt.
And then there's guys like yourself. You had a good time. You were competitive. That's what we want. We want everybody. Like we can't crown a champion if everybody ain't there. I mean, we can, but what if you won if you beat your buddy? You know what I mean?
That's right. That's exactly right.
You know, if you're from Southern California and you beat everybody from Southern California, yeah, you kind of already knew that, you know. But you come and you beat everybody from Alabama, Georgia, and Texas. Hey, not hang your head on that.
Yeah, now you talking. That's right. Ain't no doubt. But we'll just keep on, man. You got our support, which we ain't nobody special, but we just keep, we're gonna tell everybody we can about it.
It's how you define special. Like everybody that supports what I do is special to me. If you support me, I'm on your team.
Amen.
But
That's what it takes.
And it takes all of us. And man, I couldn't be prouder of the crowd. Like, everybody behaved well. The feedback has been great. You know, even like normally, like the week after the show, everybody gets the emotions kind of wore off, and they give you the feedback, and then that's when it's raw, when it's real. Like, their emotion of winning or losing is worn off, and then they just tell you how they feel. And dude, like this week and the end of last week, the feedback I've got, that makes it worth it, man.
Hell yeah.
Like, taking a month off from life, from your kids, your day job, like, there's no way you could ever be repaid for that. But like, the compliments and the good times that people had lets me know it's worth it.
Wow, man, that's good right there. I think that's a perfect one to end it on too, Jake. Right there, that lets you know that it's worth it, brother.
Yes, sir.
You just keep being you, man. You keep doing the thing, keep being yourself. We all love you, man. We all pushing for you, and we on the team.
Hey, love y'all too. Thanks for all the support, man. I'm gonna be around. You ever want to talk? Holler at me.
All right, brother. Y'all be good. We'll see you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, man.
Take care. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Bye.
sir.
All right, y'all. That's the incomparable Jake Loiacano. Just kind of the recap over Uncle Earl's thing. Biggest, it's not a small thing. You know, the biggest field trial there is. It's huge. It's a great time. It's a great show. It's well put together. It's well run. Everything flows pretty smoothly. Everything is in line, and it goes and rolls and rolls and rolls. No telling what you can get into while you're there. Might be something you don't want to get into. You know, it's a lot of grown up stuff, a lot of good times, a lot of fun stuff. So, man, y'all make sure to check it out. The upcoming events. If you pay attention to ourselves, to Dixie Doggers or Boars N Broads, that any of the we'll have dates and stuff like that on our social media stuff for all the events, that whether we're going to them or not, we'll have the dates and stuff. We try to support everybody like that, especially those who support us. So we appreciate y'all, and until the next time, we will see y'all later. And we out.
Hope you enjoyed that episode. If there's anything or anyone you'd like to hear on the podcast, or if you'd like to come hunt with us, don't hesitate to contact us at dixiedoggers01@gmail.com.